Thank you for holding. Your call is very important. The first available KIE representative will be with you shortly. Mode. Effective January 1st, 1978. All parts and industrial electromechanics operations will cease. Please contact your assigned account representative for account transfers or contract settlements.
Hello, Internet people. How are you doing tonight? Are you doing good? I hope so. So we're at a milestone today. 64, part 64. For 64 Sundays, I have chosen to do this absolutely ridiculous challenge, and I regret nothing. I have no idea how to make a milestone out of this occasion, so I'm not going to. What I will do is... What I will do is just pretend I didn't make a bad life choice doing this, and just continue on anyway. But, what else should I bring up here before we get into it? Well, I'm blanking right now, but there's no sense holding off here. The longer I take, the longer this platform takes to finish. And admittedly, as cool as this computer is, the Atari ST, I do not like capturing and streaming for this platform, because it is such a nuisance to do. But let's just switch on over. Alright, so I have a little bit of a... Sorry, that was me testing, because I have to get make sure that video and audio are working properly, because they tend to break quite a bit on this. Where is the Flint audio? That seems a bit loud. There. So, don't mind the display in the middle, or maybe do mind it. That's for my reference, because I am suffering a memory leak, and I have to keep an eye on it. And if it starts getting really bad, I have to bail out of the stream. The big one I'm looking for is if swap starts getting into like 10 gigabytes, or if the free gets down to like half a gig. And I have to do things to buy some time till the stream is finished. That stopped me from playing a game yesterday. But you know what? That one worked out really well, because we got to do some stream developments instead. Alright. So I guess we don't need this up anymore. Let's switch discs. Actually, let me pull up the golf list here. So we had finished playing Micro Pros Golf. So now we're at Mini Golf. So let me pull up my golf game list here. Alright. So next is Mini Golf. We have the disc in, we'll give the machine a bounce and pray to God the video doesn't shit the bed. Okay, it did not shit the bed. We're gonna need the hold music up, because it's gonna get real awkwardly silent over the span of this challenge. Alright. Mini golf. There we go. Okay, good, it is starting. It scared me for a minute. Alright. Thanks to RGS for the original. Hi to STCS, 42 Crew, TNT, Boss, MCA, and all other crackers. Do I push space? Okay, space. What the hell? Now it's in French. Disque. Poubelle? Is that French for garbage? Or trash? Alright, start, damn you. Start you again. Track 0, track 58, track 59, track 0. No, it's dropping back in. Okay, is there another in here that I'm not seeing? How much you want to bet the problem is I'm loading the wrong thing? Alright, so course.image, h.01, these are probably the holes. Digi.sound. Hole 8, hole 12, hole 18, L4, L8. Logo image merlin.bat scorecard.image minigolf.toss. Okay, so okay, so I guess that doesn't work. Alright, we'll bounce it and we'll do another one. Okay, so luckily I got multiple copies of the same one. So if something goes wrong, one of the other copies might come through for us. Alright, let's see if this one does it. So in this era of computing, when folks were like either making backups or cracking games for piracy rings, there were a few doing it, or like a few people had the same copy but maybe had like varying quality. Like one may have had like corrupted sectors on it, but it might have been the only living copy. And then they find another one later that might be corrupted in a different way. So we'll see if this is a problem with the platform or a problem with the disk. I think it's a problem with the disk. Splitting. So that seemed a bit different. How about this one? Yes, I have multiple copies from different sources of the same thing. So this is going to be in French, huh? Appuyer sur un touch. Let's see if this works at all. This one might be a disqualification if I can't get it to run. Yeah, it's gonna drop back in. Yeah, no. Okay, well, that one didn't work. God, this just isn't going my way today, huh? Mini golf PRG. There's shit in the... Oh, no, so that crashed out. We got the Atari bombs, so it crashed. Alright, guess we're not playing mini golf. Mini golf, DQ, unplayable. We got... What the hell? That just crashed. It gave me the 4 Atari bombs, but it loaded anyway. Okay, we'll take it. Tournament golf. Alright, so it's still loading. Looks like it's still loading, though. Track 42, 43, 44. Okay, good. It is. The head is moving. I like having a floppy drive emulator. It's good because it lets me know things that a regular floppy drive wouldn't when hooked up to this thing. All right, tournament golf. Tournament golf game select. New game. Oh, I gotta click it, huh? Alright. Do. Hungle, I guess. That's all I get. "16 golfers received an invitation to play in the World Pro Golf Tour. By winning all 12 rounds, you will become the new world champion." I'm not getting that. 1 wood, 3 wood, 4 wood, 1 iron, 3 iron, 4 iron. Okay. I'll take it. Now, the pro tournament will start. The prizes for the winner are shown. And the winner will be given a new set of clubs. Wow. I'd prefer to get paid. Insert course disc. What's that? Is this disc 2? Disc 1 of 2. Disc 1 of 2. Disc 2 of 2. Alright, we'll let it mount and press fire. Alright, let's see here. Hole 1, 410 yards, par 4. We're losing sync on the display, but fuck it. I'm not rearranging it until we fully lose display. It's funny, I made a circuit to handle the horizontal and vertical sync, and then it's super sensitive to EMI. But the problem is if I shield it, it just doesn't work anymore. Alright, so we're gonna choose a 1 wood. Yep, a 1 wood. We're gonna, I guess, stand like that. 308 yards to the pin. Alright. We're gonna change our club to a 3-wood. I don't have a 2-wood. And you can't use a driver on the fairway. Now, I don't know how this part works. That did not go very far at all. Shot 3, yeah. 3 yards. So what am I doing wrong here? I'm on the fairway, so a 3-wood should work. I'm at 47 yards. Is it in here I'm supposed to hit? Okay, that's what it is. Alright, 90 yards to the pin, so I should use a 9-iron. Actually, a pitch wedge. Yeah, that's what it is. I have to be in between this spot and this spot to not screw up my shot. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Ooh, that was almost a chip in. He's gonna give that little itty bitty baby tap there. Just a little tiny tap. Just a little tiny tap. It's a good putt. You're goddamn right it is. Mr. Kelly is currently in the lead. I imagine he would be. Alright. I want to shoot this way. It looks like it's just having me go straight into the trees. Okay, that's having me look at the lie. That's not what I want, though. That's my stance. But that's not... okay. Guess I'm shooting into the trees. Well, how do I change my trajectory, though? Christ, I'm gonna have to look this up. That's annoying. Because obviously clicking the mouse isn't doing anything. So where is the manual to say the controls? maybe I can just search directly for the controls. Tournament Golf, Atari ST, Arnold Palmer. It's not Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf, is it? No. I didn't see Arnold Palmer mentioned anywhere in this at all. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not the arrow keys. It's not space. It's not enter. Okay, guess we're hitting into the trees. .54 yards. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, it dropped to the desktop. God damn it. US. Okay, guess we're starting that one over. That was a false start. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Let's do this again. I guess we're rebooting. No, that's a card game called Golf. I don't need a card game called Golf. Tournament Golf. Box instructions. I want the English instructions. No, that just gave me a list of English games. Alright, that's the... Right, that was the horse disc, not the boot disc. A real rough start, internet people. I'm sorry about this. So while that's loading, let me see if I can still try and find these instructions. I'm sure that's some special key combination that isn't obvious, but pushing the function keys did drop me out into toss, which I didn't want. That's fine, but where the hell's the manual? Like, there's no possible way that they just said, figure this out. I refuse to believe that. No, that's for Sega Genesis. I need... Okay, course disc. And we'll put in the course disc. There. We'll let that load up. I still can't believe I can't find this. Do I do it from here? Nope, that just does the input. So one of the keys on the keyboard must do it. It has to be. Because any click of the mouse, and it immediately starts the swing. Because clicking over here to change where I'm shooting didn't work. Clicking this to change where I am doesn't work. Here, maybe? Okay, so that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Still need my 3 wood. These don't do it. Function keys don't do it. Because surely they don't just let me shoot in a straight line. How can I not find the manual anywhere? Alright, so we're gonna put this to pitch wedge. Under these keys, let me change the direction. None of these. None of these. None of those. That is not at all useful. One hint of instructions basically said just push shit on the keyboard. Like, not helpful at all. Not at all helpful. Instructions. Alright, two manuals. Alright, so we're just gonna... Palmer's Tournament Golf. But it only gives me the Sega Genesis manual. Useful. So putt for a double bogey. Alright then. So yeah, even here, I should be able to control where I shoot, but I don't seem to be able to do that. Plus minus doesn't do it. Up and down doesn't do it. Left and right doesn't do it. Really? This isn't... This is going pretty bad. Maybe I had to explicitly say it's for the mouse. But that makes no sense, because it's taking my mouse input. It's like, this isn't joystick input. This is... It knows it's a mouse. So why the hell is this so difficult? There we go. That's a good first drive. Oh shit, I used a driver on the fairway. Sorry, so we're gonna put this to... pitch wedge. Oh, that's too hard. No, not quite there. That was too hard. No shit. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Alright, controls, mouse. Yeah, so it says it's controlled with the mouse, so why would I not be able to change where I aim? Okay, if I click up here, do I get to do something? Nope, it just makes me shoot. Okay, so if it only works with the mouse, there's got to be something I'm missing here that... Ah, okay. 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 So you click and hold the arrow and you drag it off screen to change where you shoot. Okay, there we go. And that's frustrating, but we'll take it. I understand now. We are off to the races. There we go. Very nice. Oh, that was the green. Holy shit. Okay, so that means as well, I should be able to click this and relocate it. Ah, okay. So I just have to be really careful, because if I miss, I just do the shot. That was too hard. That was not too hard. That hit was too soft. That wasn't too hard. That was me missing. So I can close out all those tabs. It's a good putt. 210 yards to the pin. I think I can do that with the driver just fine. And then I hit too soft. Okay, since we're in the rough, I'm gonna have to use I'll use an 8-iron. There we go. There we go. We did it. I'm getting the hang of this now. Just put it there. That should do. And boop. That's pretty good. Take that. 431 yards to the pin. Oh, but I'm not on the fairway, so I'm gonna need to use an iron. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, guess this is what we're doing. Alright. We're gonna put that to a 1-iron. Yes. Beautiful. $88 yards to the pin, so we're gonna use the wrong club for the job and pulling it off because I got a little hasty. Alright, putt for bogey, huh? Well, alright then. Boop. Alright, so in 15 minutes we're gonna get an ad, so we'll have to take a break for it. Then we'll pick it back up. I have a hunch that we'll get a few holes in before that break kicks in. That looks DOS-ish, but I'd buy Genesis too. Hey, Sunfa, how you doing? You doing good? I hope so. No, this is the Atari ST, and I hate this platform. I like the music. I like the hardware. I hate streaming this platform. It is a nightmare. Watch this. Watch this. I put my hand near... Uh-oh, did I permit? Okay, no. That's me putting my hand near part of my video capture. That video is quite stable. So, it's not quite stable, so I imagine it's a pain in the butt. You know what I have to do? Is I have to take this... I don't know if I complained about it, but I was talking about making that sync circuit, and the whole reason I had to do that because of the proprietary signaling that Atari chose. Well, I made the circuit, but it is so unstable that, like, any EMI throws it off. So I'm like, okay, well, I can re-engineer it, or I can shield it. So then I shielded it, and then it doesn't work. So now my solution is I hang it up like a pair of bunny ears until I get a stable signal. And then we're ready to go. More like a desync circuit, I'll say. And I won't get into the tinfoil hat nerd rage about it, but I shouldn't have had to do this. But the guy who made this reproduction motherboard took out RCA, insisting that nobody has RCA anymore, and then tried to upsell me $70 for an HDMI upgrade to this board. And I'll just drop it there. 123 yards to the pin. Alright. We'll get... But I think we are getting pretty close to wrapping up this platform. But then I'll have to figure out another one to play next. So I've got the Atari 800, but I don't know how many golf games were for it. I might have to start... I didn't play the Dreamcast, did I? How many golf games were for the Dreamcast? There's got to be some. Actually, no, I think I've got 2 more platforms if I have to. So I've got the Dreamcast, I don't think I played any games for it, and I got a Sega Saturn a while back, which I haven't actually done much with, admittedly. That is something I should do. Alright, I'm not hooped. We can still do the challenge. Yards. There are several Dreamcast golf games, including, insanely, one that got patched to both English and to allow people to play it online again. Ooh. I might, because last time I looked, I could only find, I think, 1 or 2, which is why I kind of put it to the back burner. But maybe I just didn't know what I was looking for. There we go. Well, you know, you came in at a good time, because I think I spent the first like 15 minutes figuring out how the hell to aim this man. And I found out what it is. You have to click and drag the crosshairs directly. That took me forever. It shouldn't have, but it did. Okay. Where the hell is... Okay, I guess we're aiming there. That was not the fairway. Whoops. So, up to any good mischief these days? There, Sunfall? I have a bag of like a handful of remaining gummies, and these things are dangerous. I didn't know Wonka Candy did this, but they took Nerds and then so they take gummies and then they roll them in Nerds. Recovering from my 13-hour drive from yesterday, still a very low battery. Gummy Nerds are dangerous. Yes, they are. Like, anytime I've gone near a gas station for whatever reason, I've picked up a bag, and I think this is very bad for me. But my god, this somehow ticks all my boxes. I thought it was a gimmick, and it is a gimmick, but it's delicious. But yeah, it's I'm glad you got through that 13-hour drive. Because I remember you were saying you were visiting family, so I'm glad that worked out all right. I mean, at some point, chocolate plus peanut butter was a gimmick, but I might literally not be able to live without semi-regular Reese's infusions. It is. Somebody thought it up as a novelty, and now it's just a normal combination. Somebody did make a grilled cheese sandwich for shits and giggles at once. I'm sure there's a lot of things like that where we consider them staples, but at the time they were a novelty or a joke or an accident. You know, like potato chips. I learned about potato chips. One of the only snack foods created out of pure spite. It was a great trip overall. Saw family, had a few superb board game sessions, and rewatched the entirety of The Expanse with Mom, plus some other shows. I'm glad you got to watch some good shows with your dear old Mumsy. This should get me over. I have to keep myself on high alert here. We're having a cold snap coming in, and I rely on ventilation from the outside. However, my ventilation from the outside is close to plumbing. So I'm listening for bangs or creaks from metal shrinking. Yeah, here too. You know, it was funny. The cold snap, not the ventilation from outside. No, that's fair, that's fair. Actually, I was on Friday supposed to go out to a pub with some old friends from my polytechnic. And that afternoon, I just get told flat out, we're not going. No elaboration, I immediately knew what the guy meant. Then like 2 hours later, he's like, okay, I've calmed down. Guy nearly gets himself smoked on his way back from work. And that's within the city, too. It's funny, I was, a few years ago, I got to chat with a fella who was immigrating into Canada. And he asked me about the winter. He's like, he's like, yeah, I drive cars a lot, but I've never driven in the cold. What's it like? So I said, have you ever watched figure skating before? And he goes, yes, I have. I'm like, yeah, that's what the cars do. And then he starts to laugh, and then my coworker goes, no, he's not joking. We've seen it. Like, is the person okay? It's like, no, the person's not okay. You hit that too soft. Yes, I did. Oh, ads are on. Sorry. There we go. Just in case folks got bit by it. But I'll wait for about, let's see, 60. I'll wait another few minutes here. I'll wait till it hits 60 minutes of pre-roll off before I continue the story. Okay, one thing I appreciate about the new way they handle ads is that, yes, they do put the ad in front of you, but they at least put a shrunken down version of the video in the corner, so you don't miss something when you're in the ads. That is my next stream development goal, is to get a system in place to watch for ads, because Twitch's supplied version does not work. Alright, let's see here. 161 yards to the pin, so I shouldn't use this. I should use... No, not a forward. Okay, I guess we're using a forward. Alright. That was a lengthy ad break. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. What's going on is I have to run a certain amount. I have to run a certain amount of ads in minutes per hour to avoid somebody getting an ad when they enter. But what was supposed to happen, they were supposed to tell me when it's going to happen so I can act accordingly. And that hasn't been happening. So I have to figure out a way to do it myself. But yes, the requirement is 3 minutes per hour, or else people who enter get an ad before being able to watch it all. And I've been told that people do very heavily dislike ads when they enter. So yeah, that's my that's my compromise, to not get pre-rolls. But yes, that is, you're not the first to say it's disruptive. Personally, I find that if I could warn beforehand and then kind of work it in that it's when you take a break, make it an ad break instead of just ads injected into the stream, it might make it a little more bearable. Or maybe I don't understand how the ad system works. But yes, I'm sorry you had to go through that. And I could see that being really, really frustrating and disrupting, especially in the middle of our discussion. As a matter of fact, I think I've forgotten what story I was on when the ads disrupted us. It also kind of screws up my plans a little bit because I wanted to take a break every 2 hours. Then again, it is healthier to do it per hour. Something going on outside that's losing sync worse now. One fella complained he had gotten 7 back to back, which that seems very excessive to me. Honestly, don't remember either. I muted the tab and did stuff elsewhere, which means I lost all state. Yeah, I didn't count the ads, but it was a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna have to review that and figure out what to do. So it's really... I don't think the amount of ads the viewer is subjected to is very fair for this channel. Shot yards. Glorious. Okay, I'm gonna use... Okay, so this is the sandwich. You know, that's a feature I miss with Chrome. So for some reason, Chrome no longer allows you to mute tabs. You have to mute an entire web page. Which makes it a little difficult. Yeah, one of the reasons I switched back to Firefox as my primary browser. Well, LibreWolf. I had, I'm a little odd. I kind of categorize what I do based on the browser I use. So, for streaming purposes, I use Glorp, which is a crazy name, but it's Firefox-based. And then Vivaldi's for personal use. But I never really migrated off of Chrome because it's really great for multimedia. But yeah, one of the downsides to Chrome is that. One feature I really like about Vivaldi, I don't know if I've brought it up before, is I can your voice is weirdly gapping. I'm sorry, is this better? I might have been a bit too far away. Things have not been working out so great here. Actually, yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm also checking for memory leak issues. So if we're getting voice gapping, it might be the computer pausing to put things into swap and take them out. But it is It's leaking very fast. This was one of the reasons why I didn't really stream a game yesterday. I didn't have the... Despite having the computing power I do, it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Also, the microphone might have just been a bit too far away. I'll just adjust this. There! You can still see my face, I think. Yep. Okay. That's all good now. Go with a 9-iron. We'll go a little bit higher there. And I overshot. At least the bunker stopped it. No, the bunker didn't. Got right over it. Ah, damn it. That gauge is extremely fast. It's a double bogey! Wow! Well, thank you for letting me know about audio issues. I appreciate that a lot. So, what good board games did you get to playing when you were visiting family? There we go. That was a good putt. Alright, 185 yards, hey? So I should use a 5-iron, I think. That should do. Nothing I think you'd be familiar with, and I know you're not a board game person, or I don't want to bore you with the details. One was a sequel to a game I mentioned before, where you buy bonds in different companies, and so control of them passes around the table. That was the big game of the main session. It took us 5 hours, but everyone had a good time. Ah, yeah, you did mention that one. You did, right? I'm glad you guys had a good time. It's always nice to be able to sit down and have a game night like that. My family keeps threatening to do that, and then when it comes down to it, nobody feels down to commit to that amount of time. It also doesn't help that we occasionally become too drunk to be able to play a game. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is going to be a good one. I mean, they're playing... Well, that looks wrong. Groundskeeper's gonna be fucking pissed. Watch this. 375 yards? My goal is to make it not land in the zone of death. Can we do it? Or are we gonna get the Atari bombs into the water? Drop. Okay, good. Okay, good. I was worried we were gonna get the bombs for a minute. This is part of the legacy. This is part of the legacy part of the Legacy Golf Challenge. Is weird shit like this. Like a corrupted disc. Where like the only surviving copies are mangled to hell. I played a pretty fun newish game with my family on Christmas Day, and then later with friends called That's Not a Hat. That's one of those. Oh, the family wait few minute long ones. My family keeps threatening to get board games, but what they end up getting is just a few like card games now and again, which I think is a different kettle of fish. Like one time they tried playing what was it, Cards Against Humanity Family Edition, which is just completely antithetical to Cards Against Humanity. And I don't know, only half the table thought the cards were funny. But everyone did seem to enjoy Wits and Wagers. Okay, we're almost done. We're gonna see how far I can get. I don't know where the course is. And frankly, I don't care to know. We are golfing in the abyss. Shot okay. That's good. We shot 188 yards. We absolutely did. Into the water. Okay. I mean, technically that's not a hat as a card game, but it's a board game in my mind. For it to be a card game for me, it generally has to be something like a trick-taking game or the like. That has obvious precedence in standard French-suited card. Oh, so things like bullshit or euchre. You know, that's a fair stance to take. I can get on board with that. Spades, hearts, euchre, oh hell, etc. Yes. You know what? I could buy that. I think that's a fair stance. I'm just gonna give little itty bitty, just something. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that landscaping. Look at the green. Oh, that's beautiful. Groundskeeper must be real proud of himself. But yes, Cards Against Humanity Family Edition has existed for 20 plus years. It's called Apples to Apples. The game that Cards Against Humanity is clearly based on. Okay, I have played Apples to Apples. And I played it with strangers, and I love. It's so easy to piss somebody off in that, and it's great. I wouldn't call myself a vindictive person, but there was this one a real asshole. And they would get mad when their card wasn't chosen, so I would deliberately not choose their card. And I'm not normally a vindictive person, but like the whole table was kind of in on it. Okay, good. We're out of the corruption hole. We're gonna make it. We're gonna pull through. All right. We're gonna do this, but we're not gonna shoot over the water. All right. That's 3. All right, a 3 wood. Oh no. We'll just drop it there. We're gonna make that a 1 iron. Man, I am just not. I am flubbing this real bad. All right. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, that almost got a chip in. That's something I should. But now I'm just thinking about shit out loud, sorry. Spades. Yeah, board games are one of those things where it's like I'd like to be into them more, but it's just I think it's like hard for me to dedicate the time. But I do enjoy playing them with people. So, I mean, Michisu and I had a good time when playing online with you before. Hey, can you get on the? Oh, okay. It'll be. There we go. I'm not entirely convinced Michisu had a good time. Perhaps I shouldn't be speaking for other people then. But, okay, maybe I should speak for myself. I did enjoy it. But I think some of that is also I've come to realize that a lot of the time I don't initiate things, and then it gives people the impression that that I'm apathetic or don't really care, when in reality it's just my demeanor and energy, and it's also not fair for a person to put in all of the work themselves. Basically what I'm getting at is I understand and I enjoy those times, and I'm sorry I didn't reciprocate them. Just thinking about it out loud probably wasn't a good thing to experience from me. Maybe that's something I shouldn't be talking about out loud on a stream, but alright, putt for a birdie. Oh no. Yeah, I got a par. Alright, so that was 17th hole? Alright, last hole. Don't be corrupted, don't be corrupted, don't be corrupted, don't be corrupted, don't be corrupted. Thank God. Yeah, the display's getting a little unstable, so I want to get through this one before we lose sync. That's fine. I almost always like playing, but I've spent a lot of effort over the years to try and get people to play regularly, and I just don't have the energy anymore to push people. I've had a few semi-regular sessions, plus the ones when I go back home, and everything else I see is a bonus nowadays. Well, I'm glad you still get to have those sessions with people, because I know you're really jazzed to have them. And I can appreciate the sentiment that it's really not fair to you to have to carry the logistics all the time. But yeah, I just want you to know that's not a failing of you. It's just a personality trait with me. And I appreciate a lot that you shared that with me. I appreciate the candor. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. I do not want you to think that it's. I don't want you to think it was something you did, because it's nothing you did. It's just it is a squarely me thing. Okay, how's the memory looking? Is leaking still. On a completely different topic, other things I appreciate. I ate so damn good back home. Going back to South Louisiana for visits always makes me a little bummed when I come back because of that. What'd you get to eat? What good stuff did you get down there? That's alright. Alright, I gotta... I am leaking RAM faster than I thought here. Okay, let me try flushing cache again. Okay. Okay, good. We have enough RAM there. Yeah, sorry, the console in the middle is just checking my memory so that if I hit if I run out of free and I start going into swap, it's gonna start wreaking havoc on the stream. So I've done that partly for myself. Well, my mother made gumbo and jambalaya, both of which were amazing, possibly the best jambalaya she's ever made on the traditional side. Plus a bunch of other random stuff, of course. 2 king cakes, both of which were superb. 1 creme brulee, 1 churro, and then a whole bunch of different restaurants. I've had jambalaya before, but I don't think I've ever had gumbo. Actually, neither have I had with a king cake. What can you tell me about king cake? Alright, so that's 18 holes. We're done the corrupted one. The corrupted game. Alright, so that was tournament golf. Nick Faldo's tournament golf. Mini golf is disqualified because it will not launch. So let's find another one in here. Oh, actually, we have our last one that I could find, and that's Ultimate Golf. So, let's give this a quick reboot. Oh. Is it gonna load? These are all corrupted. Big Four the Replicant ST Amigos present Ultimate Golf, final 100%, cracked by Snake. And then the ending is corrupted. Let's just hope it loads. It's a rolled fine dough cake, usually circular, with cinnamon between the layers. The dough isn't quite phyllo or puff pastry consistently, more bready than that, but still relatively airy. It's a traditional king cake, with some sort of icing on top. Oh, we have played Greg Norman's Ultimate Golf already. We can put a pause in here till I can deliberate on what to do. With some sort of icing on top, but of course people from South Louisiana are tired of the bog standard. Hence the cream-filled ones that I had, and a bunch of other variations too. Ah, so they put something else in between the layers of dough. Oh, that sounds amazing. Look, I don't care if the video goes out of sync anymore, just so long as the audio doesn't cut, because that's the only thing carrying this right now. Actually, I got myself into some good cooking over Christmas too. I had several bakeries make a fucking mint shipping king cakes around the world, like around the country, for IA US expats. Oh, for us expats. I could imagine if they're that amazing. Now I'm curious to try and find one. Or reproduce one. Oh, .la.us is a subdomain for Louisiana. Oh, really? I should have, well, I should have known that, I suppose. Because there's subdomains for the provinces. It wouldn't be that unheard of for there to be subdomains for the states. I wonder if there are, I wonder if there's recipes I could find online. Try and make one on my own. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I got to practice some of my cooking again. I don't know if I talked about it, but, for New Year's this year, I made, salmon and orzo. And I have my delicious heartburn-inducing orzo recipe. And what it is you get a big-ass bag of orzo. And you probably could get away with, I think we had to triple the batch this time. But it's like 2 cups of orzo, and then like a quarter of a block of butter. And then you toast the orzo in the butter. And it does 2 things. It toasts the wheat, which gives a nutty taste. And then the water in the butter kind of blooms the pasta for the second phase, which is then you dump in chicken. Chicken broth. You dump in chicken broth and then you cook it in the chicken broth. And then you add, oh, the machine crashed. Isn't that great? Oh, no, the music just stopped. Ah, that's too bad. That was good. That was good music. So, then a splash of wine, and then once it's all cooked away, you add a metric shit ton of Parmesan. I've had some shipped from various bakeries over the years, but nowadays, I just stay late enough after New Year's to go get them while I'm in town. Traditionally, they don't go on sale until Epiphany/King's Day, hence the name. But places sell earlier than that nowadays. Oh, so it's a cake for special occasions, right? I suppose. That almost makes me wish I ate salmon. Okay. It's also really good with chicken. But I took too big of a bite of my snack, sorry. Alright, where was I? So when I cooked it was with it was salmon and hollandaise and orzo, but it can be done with chicken instead of salmon. I'm not a crazy fish guy either, so I kind of am in the same boat. Yeah, it's generally only available between Epiphany and Mardi Gras, and it's very strongly associated with Mardi Gras, which is a huge thing in South Louisiana. I'm glad you got to go for that time. Alright, well, it is loading. But that's a shame. I think we hit the... Yeah, we couldn't have possibly played all of the Atari ST golf games, but those were all I could grab, or all I could find. Sometimes it's tough because it's not obvious that a golf game is a golf game because it doesn't say golf. So there's a good chance I missed a few. Fortunately, we're not even at the 2-hour mark, and I accidentally ran out of games for this platform. Now I'm not sure what to do. I have to think about this. Because for the other platforms, I haven't really fetched anything. Do I just... It'd be a damn shame for me to just call it here. This is just barely 2 hours. We were just getting into conversations about tasty treats. Let me think. I gotta think about this. Okay. I think I know what to do. And we are going to... We're gonna try launching another game that is golf adjacent, but isn't part of the Legacy Golf Challenge, just to fill it in for at least another hour. That's my goal. I just think it would be a damn shame for us to end it here. Oh, that's taken a while to update. So there's a golf game I got a long time ago. It's called Super Video Golf. And what's nice is they're still developing it. I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'm gonna start it up, make sure it runs well, and then we'll see from there what to do. So how about this? I'll put us on hold. We'll have our stretch early, and then we'll switch to Super Video Golf for a little while, just to kind of round this out and fill in for a shorter challenge this time. All right, so thanks for being patient, everyone. Don't go too far. We'll be back. Okay, thanks for being patient, everybody. I think I have it. I think I have it now. So we are going to get switched on over. I just got to make sure it's safe to do. Alright, so we're in 16 by 9. We're going to do a window capture. Window capture, window capture. Where's my window capture? I surely didn't delete it. It's the full monitor. Ah, here we are. We're gonna switch that to Super Video Golf. Very nice. And now we're gonna take the hold music down because it's got its own. It is called... What is it called? Okay, go by binary name. Oh, that's not it. What's the app name called? CDG OMM Steam WebRTC Wire Plumber Audacity Flip. Is it just called Golf? Did they just call it Golf? There we go. Very nice. Now I have to rearrange some windows here because we're no longer playing games from capture. Very nice. How's that? All right. Sounds right to me. All right. We're gonna go next. 1 day streak. I showed up once and I got a reward. All right, let's see. Mujin Valley, Gray Shale Province, uphill but without the struggle. Is there another course here? Ah. Hertog Regis, Calsmere, home of the Dome. Weston Links Isle of Pendale, where we swing a stick at our balls. Grove Bank, Montorville, it's a long drive home. Oh, I should probably update this. We'll say post-challenge cooldown. There we go. Can't help but feel a little sheepish about all this. Shouldn't have had to. happen, but oh well. I think this is gonna be good fun. Roving sands, cup your balls at the beach. Sunny Cove, Weald and Edgeways, the finest gravel you'll ever tread. A putting course. Badger free since 1812. Moulin Page, Isle de Coulet, now with 10% more sand. Curachop pitch and putt, at least one P is silent. It was probably Persatop Itchinut. Fairland Rock, Kingsfield, free ball wash with every stroke. Well, let's try Nugent Valley. Why not? Oh, this one seems fine. I guess I'll turn the Atari off since it doesn't need to be running and wearing off. Alright. At least this I get to use the controller. So this one's good. There's also online play to this, but it's just a good, fun, simple golf game. Too bad I can't remember how to play it.
In the bunker.
Hey, that actually went in pretty well. Oh. That was just a pathetic little baby putt.
Triple bogey.
Oh, actually, speaking of, like, baked goods. A few weeks... Was it a few weeks, or was it... Yeah, in, like, December of, halfway into December. Krispy Kreme opened up in our town. And, it was a little funny, because I was assisting... So, at my job... Somebody has, one of the departments operates in another province, but for whatever reason I don't understand, they chose to put their servers in our server rack in our province instead of theirs. I don't know why, but anyway. They had a failed raid array. And, I may have snuck out during the raid array rebuild to go eat at Krispy Kreme. Just cuz. Well, not just cuz. My coworkers ran up and they're like, Henry, oh my god, there's a Krispy Kreme. It's the Krispy Kreme. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not important. We're getting the Krispy Kreme. And, like, I've had Krispy Kreme before, because we do have a Krispy Kreme in Calgary, which is, like, the next adjacent city to me. But there wasn't one in Edmonton where I am. But you could still order it. And so, I guess Krispy Kreme in the United States has this agreement where, if you're doing a charity event, they will ship you Krispy Kreme donuts. They'll ship you just regular glaze. And I've had them, and I wasn't impressed. They just tasted like very light yet hard donuts. But no, I understand why people like Krispy Kreme. Now, I'm not saying it was worth skipping work over, but nobody noticed because I was waiting on the arrays to rebuild. Alright, pitch wedge 70, pin is 59, so we're gonna go... You have to microwave them for precisely 4 seconds in a wet paper towel. That gets the or eat them fresh. Yes, so I did. It was nice because when I was in line, there was this huge line. I was not expecting cops to be guarding the Krispy Kreme. Yes, that gets them 90% of the way back to fresh. I will keep that one in mind. 4 seconds with a wet paper towel. Because... Oh, ads came on, sorry.
Birdie. Get up there.
Very nice.
On the fairway.
You know, they've done a lot to this game since I've played it last.
Awesome shot. Nice.
Oh no.
Bogey. Get up there. On the fairway.
There we go. Ads are back. Sorry, not ads are back. We should be back from ads now.
Great shot. On the dance floor.
Yeah. I didn't learn that trick until about 8 years ago, but I despair all of the mediocre Krispy Kreme I ate before then. Yeah, I'm going to remember that next time. So when I went to the Krispy Kreme, I finally, I understood why it's so popular. Obviously, precisely 4 means adjust for your particular microwave, but aim low. Well, I imagine if you get it wrong, it either turns to mush or it turns into a rock. But, yeah, so I snuck out of work during an array-to-array rebuild to go wait in line at the Krispy Kreme with my coworkers. A puddle of grease. Oh, yes. I was gonna get there. I had the worst old man heartburn after having one of those donuts. But I'm glad I got to have it. Fresh out of the fryer and freshly glazed. I've never had something that soft and fluffy. I've never had a donut that's soft and fluffy. It was great.
Get up there.
Like, when I hear people say the words melt in your mouth, I usually think of it as market puffery. I don't think that's the case with a fresh out of the machine donut. What's really nice is the one that opened up. They have an array of windows showing the donut making machine they use. Because let me tell you, they only have like 3 person. It seemed like there was maybe 5 personnel at this Krispy Kreme, but the machine took up like half the floor space. They immensely overspec'd the Krispy Kreme, and I think that was the right call. To be completely honest.
Great shot.
But yeah, even when we were waiting in line, it was nice because the staff gave us a donut while waiting in line, which was smart because if people just wanted to come to try the donut, they're like, "Hey, do you want to try a donut?" And you say yes, and then you have the donut, and you go, "Okay, well, I've seen it. Time to go." So it was a great way to like decongest the line. I thought that was very bright of them, very smart of them to do. 10 meters. So that makes that 5, which makes this about 3. And I missed. But no, I do not regret
Hard.
sneaking out of work with my coworkers to go. Because, hey man, that array was still rebuilding when I got back. There was no harm, no foul there. I'm glad I tried it once.
On the fairway.
I really like the kind of OPL3 MIDI soundtrack. The OPL3 MIDI Bossa Nova just kind of makes it for me.
Awesome shot. On the green.
I think they have the cooling times, cooking times all down to an extreme mechanical science. They don't actually So they actually don't have much flexibility in terms of size of the production line. Oh, I see. It's funny, because I was worried... Well, I say funny, but... Since I'm in industrial automation now, and the people I'm with were also in industrial automation, it was fun to sit there and go like, how does this work? Could we reproduce this machine? Would it be worth reproducing this machine? How much would it cost? Could we support Krispy Kreme? I've watched The Lion King a few times, both back in Baton Rouge and here in North Carolina, where they sadly closed last year. How would a place like that close? Is it a labor issue? This is one thing about the putting I still need to get used to, which is that gauge changes. Like, its actual power maximum changes relative to the distance to the pin. And it is not granular. No idea. Now we only have Duncan there, which can fuck off into the sun. I don't know what to think about Dunkin' Donuts, other than I saw an ad for cold hot chocolate, and I thought, that's just chocolate milk with ice cubes in it. It's just Nesquik. I think it's just Nesquik. I'm sorry, I just had a realization about the cutting microphone. It's not still happening, is it? Hang on, let me check something here. Okay, so I had a rough time a little while ago. Not at the moment, no. Okay. Because what I had to do... Okay, good. Good. So I use a product called Noise Torch, and one of my problems is if I update anything related to the sound, like anything related to Pipewire, or anything that like removes and re-adds sound devices, Noise Torch breaks really badly. And for a while, I had to switch to a noise filtering solution built into OBS, which doesn't work as well. I thought for a moment I still had it on. I quite like Noise Torch. It does the job very well. Sometimes too well.
On the fairway.
Hoppa!
Great shot.
Oh! Oh, man. Okay, well, I also have the microphone a lot closer to my face. Okay, 218 centimeters, so 2 meters. This is 3 meters, and the middle would be 1.5, which means here. I love the transitions. This is so peaceful. Serene. Yes.
Awesome shot. Nice.
Oh yes, that's another recipe I know. Fancy hot chocolate. And fancy hot chocolate is that just back pocket recipe. Whenever you're in a pinch and you're like, oh fuck, I was supposed to bring something, it's so easy to just get a gallon of homogenized milk and like one of those big fuck off bars of chocolate and just get the milk to a little under a boil, slowly add the chocolate, add in a bit of cinnamon, bit of nutmeg, sometimes a bit of rum or a bit of booze or something. And there you go. There's your recipe. And why it's very versatile is if you like your family, you bring whipped cream and you bring like crushed pralines or something for a garnish on top of the whipped cream. And if you don't like your family, you put the heat really, really low. And now you don't have to be in the same room as your family because you're stirring a cold pot of milk. Very flexible, very versatile recipe. Oh, no. So what game is this? I was off air frying chimichangas during the Switch. This is a game called Super Video Golf. And I was looking at just online golf games to play, and this one came up, and the price was right, and they did advertise native Linux support, and it works quite well, and then it kind of just sat in my library for a long time, so I busted it back out to play a bit now, and that's what I think we're gonna do to fill this into at least 3 hours. It's like it's a nice mellow game. It's fun. Got a good style. It's pretty. But yes, this one is also just good fun. Good fun in general. You know what? I think it got like cast to the back of my games library because I think there was a bug with it that was a showstopper for me, and then they didn't update it for a long time. But when I came back to it, there was a lot of updates and patches done. So that's what we're doing now. And I'm quite pleased with it. Oh, I remember what it was. Okay.
On the beat.
So, I use a different Steam profile when I stream versus when I just play for my own, like on my own. And that's what the bug was, is it wasn't aware of that. It does not handle it does not handle shared games on a local machine. But no, they seem to have fixed that. Bunker. They also advertise Steam Workshop, which I haven't looked at yet. But yeah, this is a very polished game, despite my like my earlier criticisms of it. It is still very polished. It's like they're trying to they kind of lean into the like theming and design cues of older golf games, but also, yeah. Looks like the workshop is cosmetics, not courses, which is a bit of a bummer. That is, because there's only a handful of courses in here. I would very much like to have courses be in the workshop. Yeah, because there's only like 6 courses in here, which is admittedly a little sparse, in my opinion.
Bogey.
This has strong Hot Shots golf vibes. Which is a good thing. Yes. Now you don't get to do like party tricks in this, unfortunately. But they do really lean into the retro aesthetic. Plus, I can do things like this. Some trick shots. But there's actually two modes here. There's the 2 fire method, and then there's I think the backswing, forward and backswing, which I forget how to do that. Oh, that might be a game setting. But I'm a 2-button method kind of fella. Sorry, 2-press method fella. Oh my.
Rough.
That was a trick shot. Holy shit.
Nice.
Well, 3, right? Start, power, accuracy. Yeah, sorry, 3. You're right, a 3-press method. So let's see. 285, so 3 centimeters. Middle is 5, which means half of that's 2.5, which means that should be 3. Oh, too hard. See, the other thing is, with the way they designed this game, I'm fairly confident this can run on a potato. So if it would... I'd be maybe like recommending it a little bit more if they had the ability or found a way to accommodate people making their own courses. Because I think one of the hangups is I think it's like maybe like a sole developer, or it might be like a small team doing this in their off time. So it would be a tall ask for them to so it's probably a tall ask to ask them to make more courses.
Bogey.
But having the facilities in place so that the community can do it would probably do 2 things. It would make it a lot easier on the developer and make it funner. I've mentioned before that my friends and I spent a lot of time in the PS4 Everybody's Golf until they shut the servers down, and we've been looking for a good replacement. The official PGA Lite games are too realistic. We like the casualness. This might be the game we were looking for. You know what? I would say that this could do the trick, but there are some differences. Because like when I saw your Everybody's Golf, one of the main things you guys were doing were these like really elaborate trick shots, which this doesn't do. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I really like it because it's just very serene and relaxing for me. But yes, there's some very nice polish and some really nice touches in this. I did watch a bit of it. I saw that you can't remember if it was you or somebody else, but there was a canyon, and there was one of the trick shots you could do was you would shoot in between two rocks on a cliffside, and that crack in the cliffside led to the green. But yeah, so about polish on this, yes. So one thing you'll notice is these cameras aren't just out of nowhere. If you look closely, you're going to see drones. So it's really hard to see, but way out in the distance there's a little black spot moving around. That is the drone giving me my aerial view of the green. Oh my god, I bounced off the pet. Oh, the Plinko bit. I think I went for it once, failed, and stopped. One of the other guys was trying it over and over and over. Yeah, I think that's the one then. I couldn't remember if you guys made it there or not, but I do remember that being one of the tricks. And I do remember you mentioning that when talking about it as well. Now, maybe this is just me not knowing the rules of engagement. But I'd almost be... Well, I mean, I did buy the game. But I don't know if that gives me the right to make requests to the developer. But requesting means to make your own courses might be a good idea. So I have to putt uphill, so I have to give it a little more. Oh, and I missed. Oh, has somebody made the request already? You can't create brand new holes from scratch. There is an editor of sorts in the game, though, which lets you take up to 18 of any of the existing holes and combine them to make a unique course. Okay, so that's not fantastic. It's just rearranging the holes that were made. You skipped the parenthetical. Although there is hopeful workshop support planned for some time in the future for those who like to use Blender. Okay. Yes, I did skip the parentheses. Yeah! But I mean, the price is right for Super Video Golf. It's not obscenely expensive for what you get, especially considering the polish this game has. Let's see, 169 meters. A 3-wood goes 180. So probably here. Alright. 4.4 meters. Oh!
Rough.
I was worried for a minute that was going to get into the water.
On the
Very
sidewalk.
nice. Yes. All right, 2.5. There.
Birdie.
But yeah, speaking of polish, and I don't know if I mentioned it already, but they give a somewhat explanation in game about how these types of like overhead shots are being done in your HUD, and that is there are drones flying over the course. And so when you're playing multiplayer, you can sometimes see the drone like follow another player's ball, or you might see it hovering over the green to give you your aerial shot of the hole. That's a touch I really like.
Get up there. Rough.
It's a nice partial explanation for a superpower that almost every golf game gives you that actual golfers would kill for. Right? I like it. Like, I like that a lot.
Awesome shot. Nice. Birdie.
So I fell down a computing rabbit hole now. I was talking about it yesterday, but I have this really bad case of Solomon complex, where I can solve a person's issue and I can give advice, but I'm really bad. I'm really bad at decisions on my own. And I had a saga concerning RAID controllers. Because what I've wanted for a long time now is an NVMe RAID controller, and that shouldn't be a tall ask. And the reason I wanted one was I've never liked playing fast and loose with storage on a local computer. Yes, you can have backups, and backups are good, and you should be backing up. Do it. Do back shit up. But what I don't like is a single drive with a single point of failure. Now what I can do is get a bunch of NVMe drives and slap them in a board and do software RAID. But the problem with that is to build and maintain the RAID, you're actively reading and writing to each drive, which, in my opinion, seems like a bad idea, because that would start choking up, depending on the type of RAID you do, that might choke the processor up. Well, not choke it up, but tie it up unnecessarily, or like maybe saturate the PCI Express bus because you're reading from one drive to then do some bitwise operations to write into the other. So I thought a controller was in order, because then the controller is handling all of that outside of the PCI Express bus, and then only data being read or written to the whole array is sent across the PCI Express bus. So I bought a RAID controller. And it's a 4-bay NVMe RAID card, and it's advertised as being bootable, boots Linux distros just fine. And I drop it in the computer, and I go to build an array, and I say, get me a RAID 10, and it goes, I don't know what that is. Alright, get me a RAID 5 then. It goes, I don't know what that is. I'm like, okay, well, what can you do? I can do a mirrored RAID, or a striped RAID, and nothing else. So this 4-bay, this 4-slot RAID controller is basically useless to me. So I can either just have 2 mirrored or 2 striped. I can reduce your reliability. Right? It's like I can give you 8 terabytes of I can give you 8 terabytes of storage where if one drive fails, you lose everything. That's what you want, right? So then I have an idea on where to use it elsewhere, so I chose to keep it. So then I bought the next... Oh, this is going to be a curved shot. Oh, don't go in the water. So I bought the next generation of that controller.
On the fairway.
And it's advertised as a bootable RAID controller. I go hook it up and I go, great, how do I configure this thing? The manufacturer says, what you're supposed to do is they give you a precompiled EFI executable, and you're supposed to drop to the EFI shell and run the .EFI directly, which then connects to the controller to configure it. Which sounds really bad. I might be spoiled. I'm used to there being like an option ROM. For some dumb fucking reason, this gaming laptop has 2 M.2 drives that are striped. So my mean time between failure is considerably lower. But there was no way I was going to reformat the computer given this it's that accidental 4,500-ish laptop I got from Amazon. Oh yes. Yeah, and I don't get that. We're like, yeah, let's do stripe, man. Like, yeah, fuck your files. Those aren't important. So after then I get the next. Okay, so once that was not formatted. Once I configured it using this sketchy EFI app, like EFI applet that I loaded from the EFI shell, I go to my operating system. Has anyone ever actually gone, man, this M.2 is just too slow? Really? Also, your voice is clipping again. Let me check here. Okay. Yeah. My swap is climbing, so I'm still leaking memory. So no, I'm sorry. If just checking here, we're at 7 gigabytes in my swap space now. It was 4. Well, the first time you mentioned it to me, it had shot up to 4, and now it's shot up to 6. I'm sorry. So I think once we hit 3 hours, I'm gonna have to reboot because I can only drop my cache so many times before I still just straight up run out of memory. Still don't know what's causing the leak though. So then I go to boot the operating system to read the controller, and it doesn't show the array, it shows the 4 drives by themselves. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? They said this was a bootable RAID array. So I go to the manufacturer and they say, oh yeah, we have a driver. Like, great, is it in tree? Like, oh no, we have it. You sign this EULA, we'll give you a precompiled kernel module. You said it was bootable. How can you boot without the driver being in tree in the kernel? So then I read the manual. I finally read the manual. The manual says you need 3 USB sticks. You need one to do the configuration. You need one that holds the precompiled driver as a kernel module, and the third is your install for your operating system. And what you're supposed to do is during install, you're supposed to pause the installer when it's asking for the volume to write into, go to another virtual TTY, then shimmy in the driver they gave you, then refresh your drives to see the array, then do the install, and then when the installer tells you to reboot, don't reboot, and then... No. He's gone. Poof. Then, when it says to reboot, don't reboot, and instead go back, mount the installer, mount the installed volume, and then shimmy the driver in there, then boot, and then never update. That's terrible. I'm sending this card back. This is one of the first times I've done an honest-to-goodness return with Amazon before. This is stupid. Oh, God. It's gone. Ball's gone. Okay, one really crazy storage technology, when we're speaking of, when they say bootable, they meant technically bootable once with 20 hours of effort. You forgot to read the small print. Yes, and it's bootable so long as you never update the kernel. Because as soon as you update the kernel, that kernel module doesn't match. And it might not load. So, it's horrible. But on your question of somebody said, man, this NVMe storage is too slow. That's what Intel Optane is. Where Intel went, you know what? Some people think NVMe is too slow. We're gonna put a hard drive on the memory bus instead. And the thing is, those crazy sons of bitches made it work.
Nice.
So, where my King Solomon complex comes in, I've always told people, if they spec out a computer and they budget out a computer, and it comes out as at the top end of a certain class of computer, they should instead buy the entry level of the next class. Because 2 reasons. One, you get more features that you'll likely want, and it extends the life of the computer because you can continue to upgrade. But if you buy at the max specification, you can't upgrade any higher. Which means if you grow, the computer no longer fits your needs immediately out of the box. Which means you'd be rebuying a computer earlier. And guess what I didn't do? So I busted my AM4 board, so I bought AM5. And then you know what has NVMe RAID built in? Threadripper. I could have bought an embarrassingly low-spec Threadripper and still been better off. So yes, King Solomon Complex indeed.
Birdie.
Well, there we go. Personal best. 9 over par. That's not bad. Hoist by your own petard. Yes. Yes, it is. That's a good way to describe it. Neat game. Glad I got to see it. Well, I'm glad you got to see it too. Hopefully this might fill that void you and your friends have been needing filled. Now, let me check my memory here. Yeah, I'm leaking still. Like, I've got another gigabyte got pushed into swap. So I think I need to call it here. But here's what I'm gonna do, though. I have... Let me see here. I was, let's see if there's somebody we can raid into. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Here it is. Alright. So I got, a few days ago, I was invited into a streaming group. And they very graciously let me in. And what's neat about it is it's a bunch of individuals who do like creative stuff or open source stuff or Linux stuff. And I think it would be nice to raid into one of them and see what's what. So I'm gonna check who's around here. We've got someone playing Sonic Colors. Got somebody writing code. We got somebody doing some art. And we have somebody making stuff for MIDI. You know what? Who wants to see some art? I think some art is a good idea. I'd be down to see some art. Well, actually, no. I have to reboot the computer and to get rid of this memory leak. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to hang around much. So I might just have to drop it off. Might just have to drop you guys off. Hope you don't mind. But you know what we can do is we can actually do a raid message with an emote. Like this. I have an emote now. The emote is called emote. There it is. So the person I think I'd like to raid us into today, their name is 37LN37, and they've home rolled their whole VTuber puppet, like the model, and they're an artist. And I've seen them a little here and there, and they're nice. They're good people. So I think that would be a nice way to wrap it up for the night. A nice chill little lurk in an art circle. Yeah, let's do that. We got the raid message. Now let's do a summary here, and then we'll head on over. Alright, where's our hold music? Well, I'd be lying if I was pleased with this installment of the challenge. This actually went quite wrong. In reality, we only got a single game done in this challenge. I thought we had more in the queue, but it turns out there was a little bit of a miscategorization on my part, because I had Greg Norman's Ultimate Golf, but then I also grabbed Ultimate Golf, which is a relabel of Greg Norman's Ultimate Golf, which means that the 3 games to finish off tonight turned out to only be 1, because one of them was a game called Mini Golf. It was a French game, and it will not launch. And all copies I have will not launch, so that one's disqualified for being unplayable. Tournament Golf had a very rough start. I couldn't figure out the controls, and I spent a long time while live digging through for the manual, only to find that the controls were fully mouse and that I just had to click somewhere specific to make this work. And so I think what kind of made this whole thing sting less was just having some time with Super Video Golf. I think that I wouldn't say I was upset, but I was disappointed with the stream today. So that was nice. I'm glad we got to play some Super Video Golf to wrap it up tonight. So let's raid on over to 37 LN37. They just want to be called, they just call themselves 37. Well, I'll get the raid started here. There's a little raid message for you all. And we'll get the ball rolling here. So, as always, there's tons of ways you guys could spend your night, and you chose to spend it here, and I appreciate that very much. So, as always, I'm not going to tell you what to do, so I'm not going to tell you to stay out of trouble, but all I ask is that if you do get in trouble, you make sure it's the good kind of trouble. And you all stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.